This is Oscar Bevis for IFL TV. Mick Hennessy Jr. Joins me, my man. Good to see you. Fight week. Just talk to me about the last 48 hours because it's been enough of a pain to get you to this point to fight Joe Laws. But then the whole thing over the last 48 hours with the injury to Dan Aziz, the move from the O2 to York Hall. Where on earth is your head at, or has it been at for the last 48 hours?
Well, to be honest with you, the whole experience of this build up to this fight has been an emotional roller coaster with Harvey pulling out firstly, getting a new opponent in Joe Laws, and then like you say, the last 48 hours were incredibly hectic. Massive thank you to Sky Sports and Boxer for sorting it out because we put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this, and this is our livelihood. We don't get paid if we don't fight, so big up to them for saving the day. But it's been crazy. It has really been crazy, but I'm just thankful to be here now on fight week. Got an opponent, ready to fight Saturday.
Did you have that kind of, I guess, like a sulk moment where you went, things just aren't going my way? Because I know, obviously, you said this up on the stage as well. You said, I don't want to fight the journeyman anymore. They're not fights I get up for. You've done your learning phase. This is kind of the biggest fight of your career so far. And yet, the jeopardy surrounding it. Did you have that little sulk of a moment where you went, things just ain't going to go my way in this sport?
You know what? After Harvey pulled out, I had a little sulk, but I quickly got my head in gear because I knew they were going to try and find a lively opponent because it was such a massive card and they couldn't just put just anyone on. I knew it was going to be a good fight, so I had to quickly snap out of that. And when I got the news on Tuesday about Dan Aziz pulling out, I was assured that the undercard would probably still be going ahead. So I stayed switched on and treated it as if I was still fighting. And yeah, no, I'm ready to go now.
York Hall's a place you know well, a place you've won at, of course. Let's kind of timeline chronologically what happened with you and Harley Benn. So I spoke to you after Fran's debut. Good night for the family, brilliant performance from Fran, everyone buzzing. But at the end of our interview, you said you thought he'd shit himself, was your words. I guess you kind of thought that would entice him in a little bit. Just tell me from there on to him officially pulling out the fight, kind of what happened and kind of storyline it for me, please.
So, it's a long story. Obviously, it's been going back.
You got time?
Yeah, going back and forth for a while. He's been saying some very, very personal things about not just myself, which I don't care. You can say what you want about me. I got thick skin, but he brought my family into it. My dad, my coach Brad. He said some absolutely unforgivable things about them, disgusting. And then I put one little thing up, which wasn't even that bad, and he threw his toys out the pram. Used that as a way out, I believe. Said he had a bigger offer to fight Joe Laws elsewhere, which evidently was a lie. So it doesn't take a genius to work out that he shit his pants, basically, because obviously Joe Laws is my new opponent, a much bigger and much better opponent in my opinion as well. But we was, like you said, after that, with that interview, we were hoping to keep him in, out of the embarrassment, surely he couldn't pull out. But clearly I underestimated the kid's lack of shame and lack of pride because he got offered more money. He got offered a higher weight if he was struggling with the original a weight we agreed, and no response. So it doesn't take a genius to work out that he's shit himself, basically.
Well, see, there was, like you said, a back and forth between you both. No love lost at all. I know there was kind of sparring stories and kind of what you said up there that Andy said about you and Joe. You're going to get two different sides of that. Have you kind of drawn a line under that now? You and Harley, it's never going to happen in the ring. Despite there being no love lost, a line drawn and you kind of move on.
I don't even think he's worth mentioning because I don't believe that he will fight me until that first bell goes. I think he'll sign the contract, which he did for this fight, announce it, talk all the rubbish, but I don't believe he will fight me.
So if that was him up there today, you would still be sitting here in the back of your mind thinking, I'm not sure if this will go ahead.
Until the first bell goes, I wouldn't be sure. I'd be worried about him pulling out because he's a Bottlejob. He's a yellow belly.
I guess the fight with Joe, the fight that he claimed he had, must feel like a bit of a two fingers to Harley, the fact that you're now going to be the one to fight Joe on Sky Sports. You
know what? It was a bit of a win-win because Joe brings the heat. Joe's exciting to watch. He's a mad character. Great fighter, and he's got a massive following, so it just ticked all the boxes really, and that was a little extra little finger up to Harley to say, like, you know what, you've been caught out lying here. Everyone knows why you've pulled out, everyone can see what you are, so it was definitely a win-win.
I know you said you couldn't see anyone in the audience because of the lights at the presser. You could just hear us giggling. He is a funny fucker, Joe. And I kind of like the fact that you both said there's no hatred there. You've probably got different stories to tell from when you did spar each other in your younger days. No hatred, but you two are going to have a laugh to kind of build the fight a little bit. Not that it really needs too much building, but you're going to get in the ring. And you're both going to have it out, which I guess could only be a win-win for all of us who are going to watch.
Listen, look, me and Joe are cool, yeah, but we are going to go in there and try and take each other's heads off. There'll be no love lost in that ring. You know, probably today and tomorrow it's going to be a bit heated, a little bit tense, but we'll have it out in the ring. We'll shake hands afterwards, and we'll have a pint and pizza afterwards, and have a good night. So yeah,
I'm sure if you have a pint with Joe, it'll end up into 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of builders. I'm not going to say builders this, but up there it was mentioned that Joe's going to come to fight, and you kind of are widely regarded as the better boxer of the two. But you're adamant that, yes, your boxing will come into play, but you two are going to, at some points, have to tear it up in the ring.
At some point, I'm going to have to stand and trade with him because he's on you for the full fight. So I will, obviously, I'm going to use my boxing and my jab and stuff, but there will come a time when we trade, and I think that I will get him out. I think I'll stop him late on, to be honest with you. Maybe midway to the end of the fight. That's my prediction.
Well, you said up there, and again, your words, I don't want to be misquoted of me saying this, that you're going to turn him round, give him a slap on the bum and send him to Misfits.
That's the plan, definitely. Look, don't get me wrong. I know Joe's dangerous. I know he's a very good fighter, and I'm going to have to be really switched on. But that's the plan, to get this win on Saturday. And Joe's got a bright future. He's entertaining. He's perfect for that Misfits sort of crowd group. And in my opinion, he's a lot better boxer than most of them. But he is perfect for it. And he's got a bright future over there after I do the job Saturday night.
Matt, I can't wait to see this fight in the ring. Just a quick word to the people who will be at York Hall. For you, like I said, for the people who are coming to the O2, a mad 48 hours for them. But I know the Seven Oaks boys will turn out. I've been talking to Chalk, my man, who I met in the bubble. I'm sure the boys will be turning out, and yeah, you'll be well supported in there on Saturday night.
No, definitely. Listen, to everyone coming to support, I apologise for all the madness, but there will be no more venue change. We'll be at York Hall Saturday night, and I want you to come out in full force.